Number one, it says that you are to set aside a tenth of the produce that your fields produce. That includes oil, wine, grain, the firstborn of the herds and flocks. That includes all of that, right? That's what the first thing that God says about your tithes. The second thing he says about your tithes is that he is going to pick a place and call it pick a place for his name where it would dwell, and you are to enjoy that tenth that you set aside that year. You're to enjoy that in the presence of the Lord. The third thing it says to do is to, if you cannot carry your tenth to the place that he is going to pick for his name where it will dwell, right? It says to exchange your tenth of your tithes, that produce that your fields produce, to exchange it for silver, and to go to the place with your silver and to purchase cattle, sheep, oxen, grapes, fruit, grain, oil, any fermented drinks, any wine, any olive oil, anything that you desire. You are to take that silver and purchase that. And guess what it also says? You are to enjoy it at the place with your family, the place that God is going to choose, and his name will dwell in that place. And it also says that whatever you purchase at the place, you are to go set aside some for the Levites and store it up in that town. So wherever God chooses to call his place for him and his name will dwell in that place, you are to take some of what you purchase with that silver and to set it aside and store it up in that town or that city for the Levites, because the Levites didn't have anything. They only had God. That's it. He didn't give them any flock. He didn't give them anything. He just gave them himself. So he left it up to everybody else to look out for them, right? Now, none of what I read said we as a people or as a body of Christ are to take 10% of our income and give it to the church. Again, I'm going to say it again. None of what I read about our tithes in Deuteronomy chapter 14, verses 22 through 28 says that we are to give 10% of our income to the church every single week. But it did say at the end of 3 years. Now, it said every year we're supposed to take 10% and set it aside. But it said at the end of 3 years, we are to go to this place that God is going to call his own, and that's where his name is going to dwell, right? And eat the 10% that we set aside. That's what the word says. Take from that what you will. Y'all be blessed.